Hello, hello. Wait, let me see if I'm already live. Jason Gunn, Jason Nation. How are you? How's your weekend? All right, I think I'm live. Okay, now, right, welcome back to oh my God, what do we call this already? This is Ask Jason Anything. What happened to me? All right, this is what I do on Sunday night. Every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time, I will be going live on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page and my Facebook group. I have two Facebook pages, all right, and one Facebook group, and of course my YouTube channel. Now, if you can, I would strongly recommend that you join me on my YouTube channel because that's where I would actually be able to work with you more closely. I mean, that's my main channel right now, anyway. And another thing is, okay, now here's what we do. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit. I was trying to go into my live and see whether I'm actually there. Okay, so what I do is I go live on Sunday night to answer questions. So if you want to ask me anything, which is, as you can see, this is free. I don't charge you for anything, right? So all you need to do is very simple. If you have any Facebook ads or digital marketing related questions, okay, visit my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Jason Gunn, and try to find if I have any videos answering your questions, to be specific. So yeah, because I have about 900 over videos posted on my channel, chances are I probably have covered your question before. But if you can't find any, which is fine, all right, all you need to do is just go to any or one of my YouTube videos and post your questions as a comment. Okay, and do not expect me to reply to your comment because that's not what I do. Because in my opinion, questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing are a little bit more technical. It actually doesn't work well in the written format. I don't really like, I mean, and I'm actually not that good in writing anyway. So I prefer to talk to you like this. So if you ask any questions, come back on the following Sunday, at 10 p.m. Malaysia time to listen to my answers. Okay, so today I've got a few questions over here. I don't have a lot. So if you guys have any questions, you can actually pop in a comment. I can see this is, I think it was Jimmy, and this is Chiwai, and you're saying last day of school holidays. Hope everything goes back to normal by tomorrow. Well, let's hope. Let's see. Yeah, because yeah, school holiday happening in Malaysia, right? Now this is the last day already. That's why in the last few days I can see that the jam is crazy because I think the parents are out to buy things for their children and stuff. So hopefully everything is getting back to normal, but the jam is coming back as well. All right, welcome back to KL Live. Okay, right. Yeah, need to wake up early. Haha, that's the thing. Not for me, you guys enjoy. All right, let's come back now. If you are watching this, if you have any questions at all, or you know the drill, right? All you need to do is just pop your question in the comment. I will cover the questions over here first, okay, that I've collected on my YouTube channel. After that, I will come back and answer the questions in the chat, okay? Let's bring this up. So this is what we call Ask Jason Anything. It's happening on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook presences every Sunday at 10 p.m. So I have got a few questions over here. Now, the first question is coming from Will. So Will asked this question on my video about Facebook Pixel ID not active, how to solve. Now, when you are, let's say, here's how the whole thing works, right? When you create a Facebook ad account, all right, usually they will prompt you to create a Facebook Pixel, but not necessarily. First thing first, if you do not have a pixel, it actually is not the end of the world. You can still run ads because there are many things you can run ads for without having a website. But if you have a website, it's definitely recommended to actually create a Facebook pixel. And however, creating a Facebook pixel doesn't make it active. And Will's question here is, you probably have created a pixel and you have a website, so you say you have a website and the pixel is still not active. You see, situations about Facebook pixel not active, the answer is almost only one, which is the pixel was not installed properly. Okay, so having a website and having a pixel are two different things. Facebook Pixel allows you to really do tracking and measurement, and for you to do optimization for your Facebook ads campaign. In my opinion, every website should have a Pixel, but of course, Pixel is not the only thing you should have. In fact, now we are talking about conversion API, integrating at a server level, which is allowing us to capture most of the data that may be lost because of the iOS 14.5 issue. So these are all the necessaries that you have to do if you want to run effective Facebook ads on Facebook. On Instagram. So having a website, you still need to install Pixel, and I won't be able to cover how to install Pixel because different system, has different way of integrating with Facebook Pixel. But as we are, as we have evolved tremendously, we need. Most of the systems in web, as in like website management systems out there, they should have an easier way to integrate with Facebook Pixel, but nonetheless, you still have to check with your service provider. So that's the thing you have to do. Yeah, and even if you have Pixel, Chiwai here also saying, even you have Pixel, if it's installed to your website, you still need to add event triggers, even after you created and added a Pixel. Yeah, even though now Facebook claims that the Pixels is actually a lot more intelligent right now, they are able to, in a way, automatically capture certain events to be optimized in a way. But then again, well, it is still good if you can define your Pixel events. Okay, but these are all things that you need to do after you have added the so-called Pixel to your site. So if it's still not active, all right, you got to check with your service provider. If you have your website, now, Chiwai here actually suggested that if you want to use a lazy method, then you use what do we call the plugin on your CMS, all right? So yeah, so that's what you do. You have a website, still not active, check your integration. Probably is that. All right, so that's that. Thanks for your question, Will. Now, the next question I have is coming from Keys Quarters. So this is the email you received from Facebook. It says, thanks for sending you the identification document, blah, blah, blah. Verify your identity. You won't need to confirm identity for future ad review requests requiring. But if you go to your account quality, it shows identity confirmation failed. Should you confirm your identity the second time, your ad account is still restricted. Please help what you can do. Now, here's the thing, okay? Yeah, I actually just experienced something very similar like a couple of days ago on Friday. So ID verification is just the first step, okay? And after which, right, you go back to your, what do we call this, account quality panel, all right? After you submitted your ID, you actually need to, basically they will go through the verification. Since you receive email that is being verified, that is fine. So you go in there, if you see on the right-hand side, there should be extra steps that you can do. And there should be some button saying you can actually request for review. Now, this request for review is not for your personal ID verification anymore. It's actually reviewing for your ad account restriction. These are two separate things. A lot of people would think that after you submit your ID and things that's actually verified, your ad account would actually come back or automatically, but it doesn't work that way. You still need to trigger the request to review your ad account, and usually it should come back within 48 hours. We actually just experienced something very, very similar because they submitted ID and they hear nothing from them, and they were kind of like worried and not sure what to do. So when we actually come on Zoom call and look at whatever situation, we went through the steps, it was actually there. But then it may not be very obvious that you got to press all these buttons and all that. And sometimes when we are in such situation, we are a little bit nervous. So it's not you to be blamed. So if you try to go through those steps to see whether you have some extra buttons to click, just go for trigger the next so-called review for your ad account, and hopefully everything should come back to normal since you receive email saying it's already been verified, so it should be fine. Yeah, so that's what I think. But nonetheless, Keys, if you need help, you can actually scan this QR code, buy me a mail. So what we can do is we can spend half an hour together to look at whatever you have right now, what situation you're actually experiencing, and I will probably walk you through using the Zoom screen share to see what are the clicks you can do and stuff like that. Then that's how we can actually see what you can do next. If you need help, this is actually up to you, all right? Hopefully you can solve your problem on your own, but if you need help, scan this QR code. You'll be landed on Fiverr and buy me a mail, and we'll be able to do this 30 minutes together. Okay, so that's that. Thank you. And the next one is coming from TJ Automobile Salon. Okay, now this is another question about how to publish Facebook ads to Facebook page. Okay, so TJ is asking, do you have an update on how to do this? When you click page post, it asks you to go to manage it a business account. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, it's gone. You at the moment, right? Based on our last observation, I think a few weeks ago, the feature is gone. All right, we are hoping that it will come back because what Facebook is doing right now is they are merging everything into the what do we call the business suite, the Meta business suite. So they are also closing the content creator. I think it's another app that was created for content creators to manage their content earlier, and they are also merging it into the Meta business suite. Now they are moving a lot of things into it. In fact, they are trying to unify the whole thing. Hopefully, after all the dust settle down, we should be able to have it back. But at the moment, as we are doing this video, there is none. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I can't offer you anything. So I think if you want to really do that, I'm not sure. You can actually create a post and use it to run ads. If your motive is to carry, the likes and all that to actually give you the so-called social proof that your posts are getting a lot of tractions and all that, you should do it the other way around. Now, yeah, too bad we are not able to do it right now, but we're actually hoping that it will come back one day. Hopefully. All right, TJ, thanks for the question. Next, we have Aryan. Aryan is actually asking this question on my video about CBO. Okay, because some actually asked me whether using CBO, which is now called Advantage Budget Optimization, which is, technically is campaign budget optimization, which is you control your budget at the campaign level. You see, when we are creating a Facebook ads campaign, we have a very simple structure, which is we have a campaign, which is campaign within it. Within a campaign, you may have multiple ad sets, and then within each ad, you have multiple. Usually, we control our budget at the ad set level. Let's say we have like 4 ad sets in the same campaign, right? We probably want to have full control on the budget that we want to spend on each. Let's say I want to start, I want to have the liberty of moving the budget from one ad set to another. Controlling it at the ad set level makes it easier to control that. Now, some people actually prefers it CBO because they say a 4 ad set I think is fine. I'll just let Facebook do its best to help me optimize for the better cost at the at more clicks at the better cost. So there's no right or wrong, but the question is about preventing audience overlap. My answer is there is no theory saying either CBO, which is now Advantage Budget Optimization, or ad set budget optimization would help avoid overlap, because technically, whether you use either one of these, audience overlapping still happens, especially if 4 of your ad sets are actually targeting very, very similar audiences. The overlapping is definitely going to happen. Now, how do we actually reduce overlapping? Is actually through exclusion. So what we usually do is like we would do reason engagement exclusion. So that would actually, in a way, effectively help us reduce the frequency to a lower level. Remember, when we are targeting for broad targeting, let's say we are targeting this as a, like a top of funnel campaign. Top of funnel campaign frequency for 7 days to 14 days should be below 2. Because if you have a higher frequency, that means you are actually, your budget are being locked, and you're not really effectively reaching more new people, which is actually an inefficiency in your Facebook ads campaign, because technically top of funnel should reach more people, right? Then only we have stronger bottom of funnel or even middle of funnel campaign to run. So exclusion is the key. Yeah, in my opinion, neither CBO nor ABO is going to help you on the audience overlap. You have to actually do it on your own. You have to actually do exclusion. Yeah, so that's my answer. But if you need help, Aryan, I have a gig. This is actually for you to scan to ask me any question. But I have another gig. You can still scan this and go to my Fiverr profile, and you look for another gig of mine, which is Facebook Ads Analytics service, whereby we can actually spend half an hour to analyze your campaign to give you what can you actually do next to improve your campaign performance. I've actually helped a lot of people around the world dissecting their campaign and find out the optimization opportunities for their Facebook ads campaign. So rather than just looking at, oh, can I reduce overlap or can I actually reduce CPM? In fact, the effectiveness of a campaign must be viewed from multiple angles. We actually must be able to dissect the campaign effectiveness from, by combining multiple metrics to find out the next best move, the optimization steps we can take to improve our campaign performance. So if you want to do that, well, scan this QR code, find my another gig. But if you want to scan this and buy this gig, I'm fine also, because technically it's still the half an hour thing. And we will spend half an hour looking at your campaign to look at what can we do best, to improve your result, hopefully. So that's what we can do together. All right. Nonetheless, thank you for your question. Next, we have Kenneth CJ. Now, Kenneth is asking, this question is posted at my video about Facebook ads account permanently restricted. Well, this is one of my trending videos. But of course, well, not everybody likes it because they probably are looking for the ultimate solution. And wow, this there is no solution to this, my friend. The problem is account permanent restriction has no solution to it. At this point of time, at least as we are making this video, there are only workaround. There are people who came to my Fiverr gig and asked, do you guarantee the outcome? If yes, I will pay. If not, I will give you bad review. Then I have no choice but to block that fella because I don't. All right. In all the videos that drove you from YouTube to my Fiverr, it says all the same. I do not have a solution. I do not work in Facebook. I do not work for Mark Zuckerberg. I don't have a solution. But I have a workaround that has been proven working with hundreds of cases from all around the world. So if that's what you need, all right. So Kenneth is asking, identity confirmation failed. Okay, blah blah blah. Is there any method to retrieve this account? Like I say, there is almost no other way to retrieve this account. If it's permanent restriction, it is what it is right now. But our question is actually very simple. My question is very simple. What do you want to achieve? You want to get an account back because it's so precious, or you want to actually run ads? Yeah, that's my question. So if you really want what you really want to do is to run ads, then we have a workaround. I can give you the steps right now. So the workaround is actually very simple. Get somebody else's profile, okay, and then create a business manager. But the tricky part is, if you want to bring your page back, there are possibilities, but it's not as straightforward. And I must say, not every pages can be actually brought back to the new business manager. So you have to try. If you cannot, then go for the next step, which is create a new page, then create a new ad account and start running ads with a new business manager, new page, and new profile. New ad account. Do not create a new profile. Use an old profile to create a business manager and run that. And after you start running ads, to a certain point, you'll be requested to, submit your ID. And, basically all you need to do is submit your ID. And hopefully you'll get through the stage and everything will be fine. That's what I can say. Seriously, there is no guaranteed way to do this already. So that's the thing. Okay. So yeah, but nonetheless, Kenneth, if you need help, you can scan this QR code, buy me a mail. We can spend half an hour together to look at whatever you have right now. And I'm going to give you more personalized recommendation based on your situation, because when we actually do screen share, I'll be able to really tell you what's really happening to yours and at what level or what kind of asset you can still kind of like retrieve back to a certain level best. But like I say, there is no guarantee. All right. If you still want to do that together, scan this QR code, buy me a mail on Fiverr, and we are able to do that together. Okay. All right. So these are all the questions I have. We still have some time left, and I have some questions and comments over here. I'm just going to go in and let's see. Okay. Now, Patrick is saying, if you can't do a 24/7 chat support on Facebook page, is it advisable to integrate a chatbot like ManyChat to have a night shift answering AI? It's your choice, Patrick. In my opinion, actually, I think we do not expect 24/7 chat support. I mean, we all know that it's impossible. And if you're actually using Facebook page, you're able to build certain level of automation to help you trigger certain autoresponder, or even when you're away, you can actually send away messages and all that. That's what I'm actually doing right now. But if you want to actually up the game a little, integrating with ManyChat and all that may help you solve certain things, as in like probably segregate some, the conversation according to the groups and all this kind of thing. But I doubt, I think human nowadays know that when they're talking to a non-human, they know it's a non-human thing, so they probably will just stop there. You can test, but yeah, of course there will be cost involved. When you're actually going on ManyChat, you have to continue using it, and as you grow your so-called database, and when you have more members in your chat, the price goes up. So you have to make a choice whether do you need that, because what we would usually do is we would actually analyze the use case. All right, if it's necessary, then we go for it. But it's also very important that you design the conversation flow in the most effective way to hopefully solve your problem. Otherwise, it may not be that effective. That's what I want to say. Yeah, so you can actually weigh your own options. I would say there is no right or wrong. It's up to you. I wouldn't give a very definite answer, because if you ask me, I would say, well, if it's a 9, I think it's a 9, right? Even when we are actually on Fiverr, right? People don't expect instant reply because it's a night. You can just tell them that I'm away, then I think they understand. If they are really serious, if you come back, like 8 hours later or even 12 hours later, I think they are fine. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, Patrick, thanks for the question. And then, then Chiwa is saying, if the nature of business is very straightforward rather than dynamic answers needed, ManyChat is pretty good to minimize your load or even qualify some leads. I mean, definitely, I agree. If the nature of business is straightforward, but if it's not, then you may actually require to build a more well thought through process, like the workflow and all that, which may take some time to optimize. But if it's very straightforward, then I think the autoresponder on Facebook should be able to do the job, right? But I'm not sure. Like I say, it's up to you. It's just me. Okay. And when it comes to exclusion, GY mentioned when it comes to exclusion, to minimize the overlap between the ad sets, what methods can your ad set A exclude ad set B so that each fights their own battle? You just do engagement exclusions. With that, right, we should be able to reduce the frequency to a minimum. But then again, there is no way that you can actually strictly, you see A, you don't see B kind of thing. That requires it's possible, but it may not be necessary. That's what I want to say. You can actually do like ad set A, you exclude everything, but it's impossible unless they integrated with BCD, then they won't see ad set A. Still doesn't make sense. So I would say, in my opinion, general engagement exclusion is already good enough. That's what I would do. Yeah, QI, thank you. And Richard is saying, if they want guarantee, likely they are the worst type of clients they have as far as a low platform knowledge. I actually kind of agree to a certain extent, but I don't want to offend anyone here. But yes, in a way, if you understand the platform, you know that there is nothing guaranteed. I totally agree with you. Yeah, so that's why usually when I actually come across this kind of client, there is a very friendly block button in Fiverr that I can actually click even when I'm half awake, then I won't see them anymore. That's a very happy thing to do. So yeah. Okay, and CY said, you hope I can give you a 4D number. Yeah, very true. I would use that for myself first when I have that. All right. Yeah. Richard said, most people with issues or with restriction usually start an account and run ads without looking into the policy documentation. That's actually very true. In fact, I would say a big portion of them are actually making those mistakes, because of their own ignorance. That's why it's a very solid advice from Richard that if you want to start running ads, in fact, you need to first understand the policies. There are a lot of things you can do, but there are also a lot of things you cannot do. So if you do those things, well, if you actually get into trouble, then you actually bring this on your own. So yeah, agree with you. Thanks, Richard, for putting your opinion. And Chiwa is asking, what can you do to target competitors' ads? You want to target audience of the competitors or their ads? Because if detailed targeting ad competitors' brands just doesn't make sense. I think we talk about this. You see, this is just my opinion. Okay, if you want to target your competitors' ads, in my opinion, make your ad as straightforward as possible, because we can then leverage on Facebook's AI to really surface to our advertisement to people who actually interacted with your clients or your competitors' advertisement or even their website. You know why? It's actually very simple methodology. You know, you have probably clicked on some ad. Let's say if you click on an ad of maybe iPhone casing, all right? When Facebook knows that you're actually shopping for iPhone casing, let's say coming from Casetify, for example, they will start showing you Author Case, and they will start showing you whatever other brands, because they know that you're at the buying mode right now. So they will show you all your competitors. So the same thing. If you actually tell Facebook and define it as clear as like, I am selling an iPhone casing, Facebook would actually surface your ad to people who are already interested in buying an iPhone casing. So that's the easiest way to target your competitor, my opinion. I wouldn't bother to spend much time on digging on the interest targeting and whatnot, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I mean, for your client, or for the customer who are visiting, I mean, the prospect who are visiting your client's website, if you are actually in retail, they probably don't even really know about the brand. They never like the brand. They just click on the ad because they are interested in the product. But then again, if you target a brand, it may not make sense. That's what I think. That's why define your product, define your advertisement as clear as possible, have the AI understand what you are selling, and eventually you can connect to your competitors or audiences who are already in the mode of buying. That's my take. That's my 2 cents. All right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Thanks. Right. Cool. So yeah, nice chat. As usual, this is what we do. But nonetheless, if you have any questions, in fact, you can post on my YouTube channel. But some people say, oh, I need one-on-one. I need to ask this. I need you to look at any situation I have right now. You know, I need the next steps and all that. Actually, very simple. Scan this QR code, buy me a mail, and you know, we will be able to spend half an hour together to look at whatever questions you have, and you know, to hopefully help to solve your problem. All right, and yeah, and should I say fair thought? Yeah, you put it in your pillow and think. Okay, try and see. Richard say interest targeting is getting lower results over the past months and expected to be moving forward. Yeah, especially if it comes to actions that requires audience to go out of meta. Actually, very true. That's why that's what we do, right? We count on, you know, Meta's algorithm or whatever AI to really help us match the people who are already interested in buying. I think we will actually just leave it over. That's why, you know, interest targeting, detail targeting, all these are valid thoughts. I think what you really need to do is like, you know, sometimes we have to think the other way around and see if we can actually find some workaround. But yeah, thanks for sharing, Richard. All right, and Patrick, thank you. And yeah, Chiwai, nice chat, thank you. Yeah, Richard has been missing for a while. You know, good to see you back. All right, nice chat. Okay, all right, guys, thank you so much as usual. You know, this is what we do on Sunday night. Yeah, remember, anything, go to my YouTube channel and find an answer. If you can't, post your question over there. But if best is if you can join me on Sunday night like this to have our little chat over here for half an hour. With that, thank you so much. You have a great week ahead and see you next week. Good night. Bye.